Hey everybody, Joe Coffey here for PremierGuitar.com. We're in Stevensville, Maryland at Experience PRS 2009. We're actually in Paul Reed Smith's office. I've got the man himself with me right here. Paul, how are you, sir?
Nice to see you.
Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. We're in the middle of Experience PRS. Somebody's cranking downstairs. We just heard Tony McManus do a great clinic on the acoustics. Another big set of performances tonight. I mean, it's an amazing thing. If you haven't checked this out, you should. Paul, tell me about what is being described as the end of a great era at PRS and the beginning of another one.
Basically, we're discontinuing over half of our models, and we're coming out with these 25th anniversary guitars. They have new headstock inlays. They've got new inlays in the necks. The necks are bound. There's new pickups. We're starting to investigate a new proprietary pickup called a narrow field. We've got a lot of new stuff, and we're discontinuing what have been staples for us, things like custom 22s and vintage yellow, and things that which is really good for the people that own the guitars, because then they get it's not a one of a kind, but it's a way more limited thing, right? I mean, if you're buying a guitar, you don't really want a cookie cutter guitar. You want something special for yourself. So it's good for that. There's been a tremendous amount of internal discussion, argument, care around this issue, and we're discontinuing a whole bunch of stuff. The Paisley's getting discontinued, all kinds of stuff's getting discontinued. So that's good. It's all good. 1 year from today till another year, and then we're going to change everything again. And what would be nice is to have, for a manufacturing point of view, we have, 4 or 5 models, and they all do the job, and we have 3 colors of each, and we're done. But that's not what's going on. Stradivari was in business right now, and he had 500 in stock. He probably wouldn't have sold them all, right? So,
You mentioned the narrow field pickups.
Well, it's a 5708 pickup that we squished together and made much higher. And it literally sounds exactly like a 5708, except it's sensing a much shorter piece of string. And they sound that way. They're wonderful. They're somewhere in between a humbucking, a P90, a baby humbucker, and a Strat pickup. It's right in the middle. And if you heard it, you would go, yeah, that's right in the middle. And they sound very musical. I'm very, very happy about it. Couldn't be happier.
The anniversary amp.
I was able to buy an amp at the Vintage Guitar Show, and we were able to figure out why it sounded old, why it sounded cool. And the 25th anniversary amp, it's a PRS amp. It's not like a Marshall clone. It's not. But my God, does it sound old and cool. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't be happier. It's just not possible.
I was blown away by the 30, too.
Yeah, that's a good sounding amp.
Yeah. I think David Grissom in particular, when the 30 was hooked up to just the 1x12 cab. We had two 2x12s on it, too. That was amazing. But with just the 1x12, the bass was there. Yeah. It was solid.
Was he happy? So you got to understand, I've been doing other things. I've not had a chance to hook up with David. I've not had a chance to see Tony's clinics. I've not had a chance to see David's clinics. I'm getting rave reports back, but I haven't been able to stand there. Normally, I'm standing there, right? But this has been such a, in a positive way, a circus in a good way, that I haven't been able to be there. I actually kind of wish I could have been a fly on the wall for some of the stuff.
1,700 people, was it?
1,700 people. You got to be kidding me. I think the biggest manufacturer trade show in our industry that's ever happened, I think.
As far as I know, it is. Now, you guys, the new factory looks great. It just opened up. The economy is what it is. I would think a lot of companies would say, wow, this is not a good time to do this for different reasons. Tell me about your reasons for having Experience again and having 1,700 people come hang out with you for 3 days.
Ultimately, it's a sales event, right? We're trying to sell guitars, but how are you going to sell guitars if people don't understand what the endorsers think, if they don't understand what the models are, if they don't understand what new is in acoustics, what's new in amplifiers? And we have 2 release times now. We release things at NAMM in Anaheim, and we release things at our open house. So for us, this is our summer trade show, and it's risky, I understand, to invite 1,700 people, spend this kind of money to travel all these people here, but in the end, it's in support of the business, in support of the sales, in support of our marketing, in support of everything, right? I know it's more like a kind of exotic high-end music carnival than it is a manufacturer trade show meant to sell guitars. But the truth is, in the end, people are not going to buy guitars unless they love them. And an understanding of what's going on and an appreciation for how the artists feel about it has impact on that. I don't really feel like we have a choice, although from another point of view, it's very entrepreneurial and very, very risky.
We were having lunch a while ago, and Nick Cantonese is over there eating a roast beef, and then here's Johnny Hyland. I think he went with the turkey, and I'm looking around, and there goes Howard Leese from Heart. I've seen him in concert 12 plus times. I've listened to him forever. Carlos Santana was here a couple nights ago. We interviewed Dweezil earlier. We watched him pick wood for his new guitar.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's just it's a lot more than one would expect, but everybody's hanging around just chilling with these artists. It isn't like a big bum rush for autographs. I mean, everybody's cool and respectful, but it's all about the celebration of what brings these artists together. That must be cool for you to see this kind of happening.
That part I like. It's a combination of dealers, distributors, customers, and manufacturers and artists. And normally you'd never stick them in the same room. But why not? Let's try, right? People are being pretty respectful. They're not bugging the snot out of Howard. They're leaving him alone, right? They're being treated like human beings, which is cool. The one place that I saw, no, two places, actually 3 places, I saw people get mobbed. Dweezil couldn't walk 5 feet without being stopped. That was very interesting. If Buddy Guy hadn't gotten in a truck, he'd have been mobbed after he played, although he was being left alone before he played. And Carlos Santana was being left alone before he played, but after he played, they would have mobbed him. So that was cool. I like the whole thing. It's all good.
We're going to see you again at NAMM. I'm sure we'll have new products to talk about. Anything else you want to leave Premier Guitar readers with?
Yeah, you guys have taken extraordinarily good care of my company in letting your readership base know what's going on new with us. And you do that with a lot of companies, so we're not special, but we feel very well taken care of by you guys. And anything that I can do for you or your readership, I'm at your service.
Paul, appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm Joe Coffey. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.